The studio is evolving. It's almost there. All of the lights installed. Now just table, floor, a little bit of the ceiling, and we're there. Today's video is a very special one. As you know, over 2 months ago, or maybe even 2.5, I asked all of you guys to participate in a challenge, in a remix contest. Use the stems out of one of my songs called Ashes and work on it. Make a song out of these parts. Vocals, a main synthesizer, some additional stuff. We got over 300 submissions. This morning I went through all of them for the first time. I narrowed them down to 50, and I will now, for the next hour or so, narrow them down to the top 10, present them to you in this video. Be excited, those are the best 10 out of 300. Really, really good music, really inspirational, really creative. All of that is coming up right now.
We collide, used to be starlight, but we can breathe cause we're lost in the ashes. When we wake up and realize that we can change it, it's plain to see that we're lost in the ashes.
I got it. The top 10 took me a while, especially narrowing it down from top 30 to top 10 was so hard because a lot of songs were really good, really close, but I'm sure about these 10. These 10 are the very best out of 300, and it's so interesting to listen to so many different versions of the same vocal. The vocal you just heard in the intro, all of these producers took it apart, mixed it differently, speed it up, slowed it down, put it on top of an R&B instrumental, trap instrumental, a lot of electronic dance music, and within electronic dance music, every single style was in that list, and those top 10 are among the best. I will take at least 2, 3, 4 more days to announce the top 3. Those 3 will actually get prizes. For example, that Korg synthesizer right there, KOK speakers, as well as a bunch of software stuff. Now let's start. Again, no particular order. This is just random. The top 10. The first one is by Winnie the Pooh. I like it. I like the cover. I like the name somehow. And I especially like the song. That's the break. I actually like the edit and the processing on the vocals. Using the harmonies. Building up slowly, a little bit of beat, drums. Rising sounds, getting ready for an epic drop. I love the bass. It's very clean, very empty. Sounds dark, interesting enough, little bits and pieces here and there. Simple, but executed very well. Very snappy mixing, well balanced. Really nothing to complain about. This could be definitely played in a club. Let's get to the next one by Überlaut, or however, I mean, I'm German, I should know how to pronounce Uber. The correct way would be Überlaut. And it's their remix of Ashes. This one is a little wilder at 110 BPM, so he speeded it up, or they have speeded it up from 105. You know what to expect. Pitch down vocals, done really well. That's cool. Like a little, like the dubstep principle, having a lot of different sounds not play at the same time. It works, it's very focused, also kind of minimal, but a good remix. Next up is Tommy's remix.
Yeah, we did everything we thought was right.
Quite a lot of vocal processing, a lot of pitch up, down layers in there, build up. Very groovy. good, really good. Also here, fairly minimal, but the stuff that is in there is good. It's interesting. It drives the entire track. There's like a little hiccup right before the drop. Let's listen to that again. That's very unexpected. That's very unusual. It kind of builds up, stops you, slaps you in the face, and then gives you the actual drop. It's a stylistic choice. I like it. If you listen to 300 songs that are similar or use the same vocals, something like that is really like refreshing and interesting. Let's get to Tissot. Congrats for reaching the top 10. This one right here fuses slap house with future house, kind of. Drum rolls to the drop.
And when we wake up, we collide. Used to be starlight, but we can breathe as we're lost in the ashes. When we wake up and realize that we can change.
The vocals are quite pitched. Yeah, it's like on the edge where it still works. And that's like the slap house kind of part, the very typical bass. By the way, we had like 10% of all of the songs slap house. And this was among all of them the best. That's the one problem if you copy a certain style, you will have a lot harder time because you're competing against everyone that is copying the same. And since this is really trendy right now, we got a lot of these submissions. But this again was among the very best. And like the second half of the drop has like a main synth on top, which is more like a future house, not future house. Yeah, future house kind of traction.
It's plain to see that we're lost in the ashes. We're lost.
And that's kind of interesting, like having these two fused together, not bad. Next up by this. I don't know if it's like a group, two people producing, one person producing. I don't know, but it sounds good. Recorded guitar.
When we wake up and realize that we can change it, it's plain to see that we're lost in the ashes.
Very catchy vocal chops. Like this vocal chop part is really interesting. It's on the verge to being too crowded, but it's kind of catchy. It has like a good melody. I don't know if, I think not all of the vocal chops are of the original vocals. Some were added from probably samples. I like it. That's like a good part. The rest of the song, like the break, is lacking a little, especially on the processing of the vocals. But I really wanted to show you this catchy kind of vocal chop part. Let's get to the next one by Root, the remix. This one is wild. Building up, using the vocals. I said it's wild. Again, a lot of small sounds, full in the foreground, nothing else playing at the same time almost. Some of the vocal chops in there. That's a lot of work, like putting these tiny bits together in a way that it makes sense. So I really like that. It's not my style of music necessarily, but the effort is really there. I would have loved to have a little more processing on the full vocal. Since everything is so produced on this track and so electronic, I wish the vocals would have like a little more like of effect, something wild that matches the very wild instrumental. Next up by Mr. Late. That one is like a special one. It's like it somehow catched my attention because it's so different but good, and that's usually the best. Vocals pitched down. Kind of chopped, dreamy start-stop chords in the background. Really nice bounce. It's tight, everything is there. Again, also kind of minimal. And then the synths, they have these kind of pull and push, which gives it that bounce that I really like. It's cool, really cool. Andrew, or Lacrosse, I don't know. His profile name is Andrew and it's a Lacrosse remix. And this one, I also like the cover. It fits a lot of the mood of the song. It goes into a very funky live kind of direction and was like the only in that kind of style.
Right, I don't know, but I'm still dreaming. We covered every corner.
It's funky. It's cool.
Yeah, we did everything we thought was right. By now it should be
I like it.
over, but we never got real closure, so we try to start it over every night. And when we wake up, we
Again, a little break using the vocals.
but we can break 'cause it's plain to see that
Build up. It's nice. I like the vocal chop pitched up stuff in the break right before the drop. Nice bass line, nice drums, funky, groovy. Nice, and again, like the only one in this kind of style. And the very last one out of these 10, again congrats to everyone, is by Helix. It's a little darker. Melodic techno, progressive house, tech house. Really good for the club. Simple, solid, reminds me a little of Camel Fat and the Medusa stuff, but production quality is up there. Great use of the vocal, and yeah, it just flows and works. I could play this in a club. I mean, if there wasn't this COVID thing that restricts us from going to clubs, staying at home. So I hope this little remix contest was, to everyone participating, at least a tiny distraction from all of the weird stuff in 2020. Thanks a lot for watching. I will put links to all of these 10 in the description. If you want to, you can listen to all 10 in full and let me know in the comments which one you actually like the best. And I'll announce the top 3 within the next couple of days. Discuss it with my team, listen to it fully. I just want to make sure to pick the very best one. And yeah, next remix contest coming up probably at the beginning of next year. Can't wait to start another one. And thanks a lot for watching. See you tomorrow, back again here in the studio. More music making, more studio construction, all of the good stuff.
in the ashes. When we wake up and realize that we can change it, it's plain to see that we're lost in the ashes.